Hi guys, welcome back to the Teen Toast Pod. I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lucy, and we're the sister duo you never knew you needed. I feel like you're giving tea and I'm giving toast.
Yeah, that's fair. Tea and toast. I was gonna
I
say
know.
you've saved
I had
yourself
to
there
think of
because
that
I was
really
about
quickly.
I was about to be like, this is the second week in a row.
I know, but because we're filming in like the late afternoons, if I have a cup, like if I'm feeling a cup of tea, absolutely great, fine. But it's normally around this time I'm like so thirsty. I think because I just don't drink
That's fair.
enough, and I'm
You know
such a
what?
morning cup of tea person,
You're such a
and then I
prosecco
have it on a
gal.
night.
So just start bringing the prosecco. I'll start bringing the tea, and you start
I
bringing the
know.
toast.
Exactly. But yeah, how are you, sis? How have you been?
Sure, I'm really, really good. I need that cup of tea. I've just got from work, but I'm feeling really good. Had a very chilled, nice weekend. Just me, Richard, and the dog. Biscuit had his jabs, like his
What jabs do dogs
vaccinations.
have?
They have like yearly top ups to like not get the diseases that they can get from like other animals and all that jazz. I don't really know. I was just like,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
we just take him every year and he has his like top ups because you have to have them when they're puppies.
Does it
So
make them poorly?
he was in proper like feel sorry for me mode and was like, you know, when he's like, I mean, Biscuit's needy anyway, but he was like ridiculously needy. But
We
I
love a
was
needy
like
king.
so here for it. I was like, oh, I can't do anything because Biscuit wants to give me a cuddle.
Use it as my
so that's
excuse.
how our weekend was. And then yesterday we went to the outlet because Richard wanted to.
Love a good outlet shop. I went to Cheshire Oaks the weekend before.
Oh, yeah. Well, we to be fair, we never really we got in the car and I was like, we're going out somewhere. We just don't go out. We're like
We're
we're
going
going
out?
shopping and it's like a groundbreaking thing. Um, but Richard keeps looking online at different suits and different things for the wedding.
Yes, have you
Um,
got any wedding updates? I was going to ask you about this.
well, Richard has picked his suit.
From the outlet?
Yeah, he got it yesterday
Where from? Which shop?
from Hackett.
Oh,
I'll
yeah, we
show
love
you
that.
offline. Um,
Yes.
but because he
Is it the
loves,
colour tone I think it is?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I'll send you a picture. Um, they basically
That's
we were
very
just going.
impulsive. The first was it
I
just the first place
know.
you went and he just was like, "Yeah, this is my wedding suit."
Well, we went
He's
to a
got to stay
couple
the
of.
same size for a year now.
I know. I feel like that's so easy for guys.
Yeah.
They and he'll probably need to get the trousers like tailored a little bit. Anyway, and he can always get the jacket tweaked, but he does need to lose just a tiny bit of weight to feel super, super good.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, I
You
feel
know
like
what?
it's very
It's
him.
it's very him. It's very like British, I feel like, which is good. But it looks heavier than I thought it was gonna look.
That's what Mum said, but it is linen.
Oh, fair enough.
It's
Yeah,
not heavy,
no.
but it is obviously good quality. Um,
Is he I mean he looks in this photo very, very pleased with it.
oh, he was so happy. Like it was
That's
actually
nice.
so nice. He nearly cried, Luce. We're talking
Oh,
about Richard here.
stop. He has
I
emotion.
know. I know. And it was so nice. And it was
Why
just,
do men always cry over things about themselves, though?
no, stop. That's what Mum
Because
said
why? Because
about
why?
Dad.
No, no, literally. Why do men? They
Mum,
only get emotional when it's about themselves.
but I like pretended he like came his arm for me to like link with. And then I was like, oh no, you stand at that end and I'll pretend to walk down the aisle. And then he said,
Oh no,
stop, you're going
that's
to make me
really cute.
cry.
That's
And
really
he was
cute.
actually being serious. And I was like, oh, this is really cute.
Oh
But
my god, do you think he'll cry on the wedding day?
that's what yesterday he said to me, I think I'm going to cry, which I think he
Oh,
hadn't
that's
really
just what
thought
every
about
girl
before.
wants, though.
I know.
Go on.
I know. Well, we didn't have intentions of buying it. We were just going to have a look round
When
because,
you know, though.
yeah, he was just like, the thing is about Richard as well is that he's quite strong minded. So if he's decided that that's what he wants, he might as well just get it because then he was saying to me, like, nothing's going to annoy me more than if we don't get it. And then because it's the outlet, you never know if it's going to be there again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I'm
What
glad
I
it's kicked
will
off because
ask,
it could just be about
yeah,
me now.
yeah, exactly. What I will ask, are you a bride that is going to have a strict hair thing for the guy? Because Richard has had a few hairstyles over the years. Like, have you said you can either have this or this, or are you saying you can
Richard
do what you want?
Richard decides what haircut he's getting when he's in the barber's chair. So he could either come back basically bald or he comes back like with some crazy slick back do. I've said that I want it
I think the curly
curly.
is nice.
I want it curly but shorter than it is obviously in that photo, and
Yeah, yeah,
obviously the
yeah, yeah.
side short. That's what I
Oh, so
want
you
it to
have
be
said
like.
how you want it.
Yeah, but like he
Okay.
was talking to Bob yesterday, and which is his best friend, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, how are you gonna have your hair?" And they started talking, and I was like,
Oh
"Don't
no.
start getting any ideas, guys." Like
Yeah.
the
Like
thing
this, the
is,
photos have got to be timeless.
his barber is our brother, so I could be like, "No, John, this is what
Yeah,
I
that's so true.
expect."
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're just gonna tell John like what the vibe is.
yeah, yeah. I also, sorry to still talk about the
Yes.
wedding,
No, I
but
love it.
I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, but Sophie sent me, you know, the Odd Muse dresses that a lot of people get for like their.
Yeah,
Actually, I
where they
feel
get
like
married in the
Is
UK.
Odd Muse like a big thing? Is there something going on with Odd Muse at the minute? I feel like I've seen some negative TikTok videos.
Sophie mentioned this. I've not seen anything because I suppose I'm not really
I've
the
not
target
seen anything.
audience, so it doesn't come up on my FYP. Although I do like some of the stuff, but Sophie said to me that she's getting maybe a bit of backlash because they're not as sustainable as they've been making out, or some like
Oh,
I think like
I
if you
did
make a
see that people were
sustainability
like,
claim, that
I think
you it
people were
has to
saying,
back up, or otherwise you just like asking to.
and then I'm getting I mean, I've not really seen anything, but from the one thing I did see, I'm getting vibes that people were saying like, well, people are asking for the figures or people are asking for the stats. So if you've got nothing to hide, just show it, kind of thing. So maybe it's to do with the sustainability thing. I know. Anyway, um,
Interesting,
obviously
because
they're not very you as a brand, but like you could see that they probably are quite me as a brand.
yeah.
And, um, and Sophie sent me a link. I've not even opened it, so I'm going to open it with you.
Oh my god, what
Um,
have you got?
so she sent me, you know, the short. It's like a short dress, and it's got a square neckline with beads on, and it's long sleeve. Basically, on flannels, it was down from like £150 to £44. Yeah,
Really?
and Sophie sent me a TikTok that obviously was like, if you're a bride to be, like, because obviously I could wear it for like night before or hen do or like there's
Yeah,
loads of.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know when I'll wear it yet, but we were like, it's £40. How can you not get it, kind of thing.
Mm.
Um,
The other thing is, what size have you got? Because you're on such a good like weight loss
I
journey.
know. Well, it looked like everyone sort of put a thing that sizes you have to size up.
Okay.
So I got a bigger one than obviously I'm hoping to be, and then like the waist and stuff we could just get altered. I think
Yeah.
because it was like £40, I was like, well, I could just pay
Mm.
to get it altered.
Let's see it. This is so exciting. I feel like you were nothing to do with the wedding and now you're like full guns ahead, and I love this.
It feels nice. It's like, oh my gosh, we're getting married. Oh, it feels like that feels quite premium. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I think I actually know exactly which dress you're on about now. It is so bridal. I feel like I've seen so many girls in it, but it just looks amazing. Like the thing about Odd Muse is you can like really appreciate their dresses. Wow. That's stunning.
That it feels really good quality.
That looks stunning. 40 quid.
Yeah. £44, I think it was.
Is it still
Um,
on offer? Because, guys, if you're listening to this,
yeah.
get on flannels.
Oh, it actually looks gorgeous. I'm really happy with that. Obviously, it's not going to
Oh my
fit.
god, you have to send me a
Yeah,
picture when you've tried it on.
£145 full price, and I paid £44.
They're maybe bringing out a new bridal collection, so this is like
Yeah.
gold.
I'm
old
really
now.
happy with that. And
That's
I ordered it on Saturday
amazing.
and it came today.
Absolutely buzzing with that. We love a bargain.
So yeah, a couple of
Gorgeous
nice little.
vibes.
It felt quite nice. I was like, and then obviously I'm not an extra center of attention person, but I do like a bit of. I'm kind of like in between you and
No, like,
Sophie, aren't I?
yeah.
Like as the
If you're
sister.
going for it, you do like it, and if you are feeling yourself, you are like, no, I am the moment.
Yeah. So then I got like quite excited because we're going away. I was like, oh my gosh, I can make it, and you could
A
help
full
me like a
bridal,
fashion, a full
yeah.
week of white bridal
Oh my god, that makes
outfits.
me so happy that you're getting excited about that aspect. Can
Yeah.
I be your stylist, please?
I think because I've lost a bit of weight as
Can
well, I
I
guess
be
you
the
start to feel
wedding
more comfortable and happy in
stylist?
clothes. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
definitely. Wedding stylist
you could
volunteer.
definitely that
Yes?
will be in my like proposal box. Will you be my
Love
wedding
that.
stylist?
Love it. Yes, you can ask me about that as well as bridesmaid.
um so yeah, that was really nice, really exciting. But I want to hear about your weekend.
I did have a
I have no
weekend.
it looked incredible.
I do not look right now if you're watching like I did at the weekend. I think you know what I feel like I'm on such a bit of a come down today and I'm just watching all these TikToks like how is anyone supposed to function normally after that concert? I for those
It
that
is
don't know, I went to see Beyonce at the weekend, the Cowboy Carter tour in London, and wow, sensational, phenomenal, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Like, there's just not a word to describe it. She isn't human.
it just
Facts.
the the show was it literally looked like high energy, amazing performance for like every single song.
Every single song. I don't know how she does it. It was pouring down rain. She was just singing and dancing these absolute bangers in the rain. She literally laid on the stage in a huge wet puddle and made and didn't even flinch.
She's such a
She
performer.
was born to be a performer. Just the facial expressions, the way she looks for signs and calls people out, comments on people's outfits. She's just like a queen. She is a queen. Like I know I'm a fangirl, but it was just sensational and it was my first ever solo concert. I never felt like I was on my own once because you're just watching it vibing anyway, whether you're with someone or not. Obviously, if
Hmm.
you're with a friend, maybe like the before and after, and yeah, you can interact with each other dancing during. But I didn't feel like I was on my own once. It was actually just good to go in, do what I wanted to do, leave, and be done.
I think
Um,
especially when because you love music and feeling the vibe that you get in your own sort of state of mind anyway.
yeah, exactly. When she did
You just
Yaya,
looked so happy. You looked
thank you.
so
I was
happy.
so happy. I was so happy, and I think just the build up all week of like sharing the glow up and the pressure of the outfit on TikTok.
We'll
I
talk
just
about the
then
outfit in
felt
a
like it
second.
was just then like one big like this is it. This is and I just think it actually helped me get more excited and I didn't think that was possible to get more excited.
Was it
Beyonce
like
nails.
euphoria? Is that the
Yeah,
right
it
word?
really
I don't
was.
know.
And she just never ever fails you. Never fails you. Like and I really, really knew like every song off the album off by heart.
Hmm.
Like I channeled Cowboy Carter this album, and then when she came on and did a Renaissance medley for 20 minutes, I was just like everyone lost their shit. It
I can
was
imagine.
incredible. She did Irreplaceable, and I've never seen her do that live because
Yeah,
the
she did it.
previous two.
Oh, she did this really short snippet when we went to see her at Manchester.
Oh yeah, well, like really short. She actually did it, and I was like, I've never heard her do this live. She did "If
I
I
would
Were a
have
Boy," never
screamed.
heard live. If I were a
Yeah, she did
boy.
everything. It felt like,
She
when we went to see
honestly,
Rihanna that time and we were literally like, there wasn't a single song that she didn't do.
she didn't do. Yeah,
That's what it looked like.
honestly, I know. 3 hours she was on stage for. What it
How
was
old is
just
she?
in her 40s.
She's
You won't
incredible.
think it. The outfit when she came out in the fur coat. I lost my shit because, again, if you guys don't know or follow me on TikTok and you just listen to the podcast, like, I basically had this massive cow print fur coat that I like chopped up and made into like a 3-piece outfit set. And when she just came out and did This Ain't Texas in a fur coat that looked like mine, like I had so many people message me be like, "Oh my god, she came out in the coat in a coat like
Was that the
you."
song?
Yeah, that's the song she came out to it in, and I was just like,
It's actually
"Damn."
such a
And it
banger.
was a new outfit that she debuted that night, so it's not like I knew. And I was just like,
No,
really channeling
you
Beyonce.
didn't know, but you did know because you were
I
just meant
know.
to be.
I
I
know. It's crazy how much time and brain space went into this outfit, but you guys don't realize that is my function. That's my happy
Yeah,
place.
it
But
is.
yeah, when I say that skirt got made and safety pinned together on Friday, literally like just before I left. But it came together, so we all good. I was that confident about it. I didn't bring a backup, and then when I was getting dressed for the
That's
concert,
bold.
I shit myself and was like, I don't have a backup. It doesn't look as good as I remember it looking. So
Yeah, we
I
need a
was saying
behind the
on
scenes.
TikTok this morning, everyone kind of got the like PG version of that Get Ready With Me. I was like Bridezilla. Poor Yannick didn't know what to do with himself. He just like stayed silent, tried
Oh,
to help. At one point, I was like, "Can you just please help me safety pin these boots?" And then he came over with the safety pins, and I was just like, "No, let me do it." And then he was like, those memes where it's like just someone like at work is just looking busy because they don't. And I was like, he was just,
yeah.
it's like he was like that,
It's
like with the
awful. You
safety
cannot,
pin. No, but the thing was,
when you're
I
in an
didn't have a
outfit
full length
meltdown,
mirror. I didn't have a full length mirror. So when I had the boot bits on and then I put the jacket on, but I could only see half of me, I was like, it's just not looking right. Something's off. The room, because it was like chucking it down with rain, but warm. It was that really humid, horrible,
oh, yeah.
sticky
And you were putting
feeling. And
fur
we
on against your.
couldn't, yeah, I had this fur coat on I know it was cropped, but like it was insulating. And then we couldn't work out how to open the windows in the Airbnb. Poor Yannick was like, if I don't open a window,
He's
like
like, someone
I was
help
like,
me.
I was literally in the Middle East, get ready with me, like sweat dripping on my face. I was like, my makeup's gonna be off by the time I even leave this room. So yeah, I was just having an absolute meltdown, and I think what it was I had so much pressure on myself because I just had people like rightly, like I was so buzzing that people were engaged and wanted to see the outfit. But because I'd bigged this up and I was going to make this outfit and this and that, I was just like, I can't let anyone down. So I will have felt so much pressure for it to look so
Hmm.
good because I was like, if this gets a bad reaction and because it's so out there, if I show up and it looks a bit naff, I'm going to just look like an idiot.
Yeah, and obviously, when fashion's your thing,
Yeah.
that's the last
There's an
thing that you want.
expectation.
Yeah. But
And I just wanted it to
genuinely,
like, yeah.
I mean, you looked incredible.
Thank you. I feel
Um,
like I posted the transition just before we got in the taxi. And in the taxi ride there, I was getting so much love on it. So I think that helped me. I like stepped outside of the taxi when we got there, confident, like, bam. When I say I stepped out of the taxi and we started walking to the stadium, we were about 4 steps in. People asked me for a photo. And then Yannick was just like, yeah, she's going to get her confidence now. And
that's
then I
so
was there
nice.
outside the stadium getting my photos. About 3 more people came and asked for a photo. And then everyone just kept being like, oh, this is so nice. Then when I got in the stadium, so many people asking for photos with me. Not
What?
because of like, yeah, just
Just
because the
because they
outfit.
liked your
They
outfit.
were like, oh my God, your outfit. Can I take a photo? Like,
If you're
oh, your outfit.
watching on YouTube and you've not seen, here she is. You just
Yeah,
looked incredible, sis. I was so proud.
thank
I was
you.
such a proud sister when I literally, when I tell you I've refreshed and looked at these comments 50,000 times, Richard
Thank
keeps
you.
being
Me
like,
too.
Richard keeps being like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just scrolling through Lucy's comments.
I know.
um,
The thing is, I've tried to get back to everyone today, but TikTok's put me on a comment ban today because they say I'm commenting too fast. So I have to like not I can't reply to anyone until tomorrow now.
Oh, you've
I
been
think like a
banned
bot
from.
thing. I suppose maybe it's because like maybe for a troll or something. I don't know why they do that, but
Yeah, I guess that
It's like
makes
I've
sense.
made too many comments,
You're
so I'm
like,
trying to get back to everyone.
just let me appreciate people.
I know, just let
Honestly,
me live. But yeah,
it
it
was
was
nice
the
as
most
well.
magical night. And then yeah, like people commenting about a clothing brand, and I'm just like with the
Mm.
eyes. So I just feel like I want to just
And it
channel
was
this
that was getting a lot
now
of likes, which was making me very happy.
about the clothing brand.
Yeah, like that got a lot of
Oh, was
likes
it?
and
Okay,
people.
yeah. I think I have seen a few comments, but like I say, I've not managed to get back to everyone yet. So hopefully by tomorrow I've got back to everyone. But oh, I
Do you
just
think it's
feel like
brought a
I
bit
just
of a
feel, but now I
spark
feel
back?
pressure that I need to keep on this because Chris Brown is this week, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this Chris Brown outfit has to be like made now, and it has to be better than anyone else's, and it has to be over the top. But then when I've been looking, because he did his Amsterdam show, the first one at the weekend,
Yeah.
it's not like Beyonce has like the Bay Gala, and Beyonce fans are very like that. Everyone's wearing a varsity
Beyonce
top.
fans show up.
Oh yeah, well yeah we do. But like Chris Brown isn't that like that, so I don't want to go too overboard, but I don't want to just give everyone something that
Do you
everyone
know
else is
what?
wearing.
I feel like Beyonce, you're allowed to look like you fucking tried. But I feel like
Yeah,
Chris Brown, you've kind of got to look like you didn't really think about it, but
yeah, you've got to
really
look
you
like
did think about
streetwear
it.
cool, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
that's now my like that's now my Roman Empire this week. No, today I'm still in Beyonce mode.
do
To be
you
fair, I
feel
don't
like
think
it's
I'll leave Beyonce mode. I want a brand to invite me, but it's probably not going to
I
happen.
saw that on your story. You were like, P.S. I've got another outfit.
I really do. I did have another outfit, but I went with the cow one. So we'll see.
With your Instagram, I mean not your Instagram, your TikTok, because I do feel like you've got so much love on these videos, which obviously because you're a fashion girly, that I mean, as your sister has made me really happy, but do you feel like it's maybe brought a
Thank
bit of your
you.
spark back or like, because I know
I'm
your confidence
definitely
wasn't super
feeling,
high
yeah,
before.
I'm definitely feeling a spark back, but then I don't know, today I've just had like anxiety is the wrong word. I don't really know what the word would just like a lot of headspace and like pressure, just a lot of like uneasy feeling about, oh, but is it just gonna like completely drop back to what it was? I need to keep this high now, like what I need to keep everyone this engaged, so what can I do, but like obviously I'm not going to Beyonce concert every week. I'm
Of
just a
course,
normal
that is
girl, but
hard.
I want to kind of now stay on it. So I'm really trying to like, and definitely over the weekend, like I was so me and Yannick, I hit 764K last night as we got into bed. Me and Yannick were jumping on the bed like 764, 7. And then I've woke up today and it's 764.1. So I'm like, oh, I just really need to stay on it now. Just now, maybe
We've
people
got
are noticing that I'm this fashionista. Just keep doing more fashion, and get known for it.
we've got
We
some
can
more
only hope and
fashion
pray, and all I can
coming.
do is put in the work. But yeah, I just think I was genuinely so blessed and happy over the weekend that I felt like I was getting the credit maybe I deserved. And I feel like you and
Yeah, you definitely
Sophie and mum
deserved.
and even like my best friends were all texting me like, wow, like this is the you that everyone needs to be seeing. And I think what gave me validation is I felt like last week on TikTok, I was just crazy me again.
That's what
Like
I
I
was
was
about to
just
say.
because I was like just so excited. And I don't know whether people think the screaming and everything is put on. That is just me. Like, did you see Danielle's comment? Danielle is like my
Yeah, I did.
best
And
friend
do you
of
know what?
like 8
It made
years. She
me
lives in
laugh because
Australia.
I could literally picture her saying what she
I know.
typed.
So
And I
she
was
said,
like, that's
yeah,
so Danielle.
she commented like, "Oh, it's amazing how excited you get over things. It's like the inner child never left you." But that is me.
I
So,
think even the
like,
fact that you just
I think
said you and
just
Yannick
people
were
are
jump.
actually liking me. And it's made me think I need to be more of that. And I think when I first started TikTok, I definitely portrayed that personality a lot more because I didn't care. I was new on TikTok. I was just being me. And I don't think I've tried to do it on purpose, but you start comparing yourself to these really polished, clean girls and editing, and you try and be more like that because you think they're getting the brand deals, but really it's like, look at me being me, it's getting the most engagement. So it's definitely given me the confidence boost to just be like, I'm just going to be me, and
I
then
think
hopefully things will come from that.
I've definitely noticed that. And even you just said, like, you and Yannick were celebrating on your bed, like getting excited. Like, you've just told us about that, obviously, but it's not necessarily for cameras. And that's actually just who you are as a person. And I
Oh
think,
yeah.
I do think without you knowing, you don't share those bits because you think, oh, it's not what people want. Or I think, like, almost like, not to get deep, but I almost feel like society then like tries to mold us and suppress us into who we should be. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you're looking at your content, and then this week, actually, everyone is so here for you. Which I
No,
think is why I'm
exactly.
like proud little sister, because I'm like, yeah, that's my sister, because that is just
That
you.
is literally her. Like, she's not this person, yeah, that she's been portraying. I think it's definitely given me that like boost of like, okay, let's just be me again now. Let's do things I want to do, like get excited over the things I want to get excited about. I'm not the Pilates matcha girl, and that's absolutely fine. Like, there are people out there that resonate with me. I'm the extra person. I'm the extra person that gets cow print nails for Beyonce and like all of that. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It's made me feel it's made me feel good
Yeah.
seeing you
I also
happy.
saw another comment that was like, your household must never be quiet. And I'm like, no, it's really not. Like, poor Yannick can't ever get peace.
Yeah, like, we're
But
not allowed to sit in silence.
he loves like, even this weekend, he said, like, oh, I love that, like, your personality is back. Like, I just love your goofy personality. Like, that's you.
Yeah,
So
it is.
it really is.
That's
But then on
nice.
days like today where I've just woke up and it's gone like this, and then I'm like, also me is like, right, I need to just like have a day.
It is
I need a
hard to
day.
feel when you feel high so high, it is hard to maintain, especially with things like, concerts and holidays, like is it dopamine? I don't know.
Yeah,
The levels that you get
dopamine.
from these things, you do actually come on a little
Have a
bit of
come
a
down.
yeah.
No, you really
Um
do. So yeah.
but it's quite nice. You've got a few things planned now. You've got Chris Brown, you've got Afro Nation, you've got quite a lot of music things. And I think
Yeah, it's also made me
genuinely
realise I
those type
just
of things
need
make you
things to
happy.
be excited for, and I'm obviously just a happy person then.
Mm. Oh, question. Have you started life coaching?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we get any update on that yet? Or do we have to wait and
I had
see?
my first well, you will die.
Oh,
So I had my
really?
first session on
Yeah.
Friday. Ellie, you know me. I cried.
You cried.
Wasn't expecting that, were you?
I was not. I was expecting you to say you laughed the whole way through and your life coach was
When I
like,
first signed
get your
on,
shit together.
I actually gave a disclaimer. I said to her, I was like, I'm really sorry if I awkwardly laugh all the way through this, but it's just my way of dealing with these types of things. I
Mm.
laugh through life a lot and I don't really. And she was like, okay, okay, okay. And then I told her something, and then obviously, like me, just not even thinking anything's that deep, and then like just carried on, and then when I
Mm.
finished talking, she was like, going back to what you said about that. I was like, oh, she was like, how did that make you feel? And then I like went to answer the question, and I was like, and I just started welling up, and I was like, oh my god, why am I crying? And she was just there, like silent, giving me my time, and I was like, so I was like, I'm sorry, I don't normally cry. She was like, it's okay. And I was like, it makes me feel like, and then I was like crying, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, okay, well,
Oh.
this is what we obviously need to explore then.
Yeah.
um,
A lot to
so
unpack.
yeah. But no, what I will say is after that as well, just kind of like at the end of the session, we like set a goal, and just even
Yeah.
talking about the goal, I was like, nah, I need to like do this and level up and this and this. And then I just think having that mindset going into the weekend, and then obviously the weekend kind of going well and getting the confidence boost from the followers, I was like, no, I am that girl. Like, I should own it. Like, the one thing she did say to me, and I think I'll have more to say on life coaching when I've had a few more sessions, because
Of course.
it was just the first.
There's not much to
I've only had
say
1 hour of
from.
it so far, but she was like, it's more than. She was like, it's normal to own who you are. It's not an ego, it's not this or that. And she was like, I think because you've already come on here and mentioned like, oh, how you're really loud and people misjudge you and XYZ. And she was saying society does like to dim people's greatness and confidence and sparkle and this. And she was like, in everyone, like everyone does it to feel better about themselves. She was like, you might even be guilty of doing it. Like every single person does it. So she was like, you really have to own being yourself, because there's always going to be someone dulling your sparkle, even if it's intentional or not.
Yeah,
She
so
was
you
like,
don't want to start dulling it down yourself because people already do it for you.
yeah. So
I think it is
I
hard
was like,
to
that's so
set,
true. I
like,
definitely
just to
have
be
been
your...
dulling my own sparkle or letting outside opinions dull it. So
Yeah, like, it's important to be unapologetically you.
yeah, that's basically what she was saying.
Well, that's good. Well, keep me updated on how it goes.
Yeah, I
Because I
will. I
think it's a
definitely
good
will.
thing,
I'm having my
like,
next
for
one. It
you.
was 2 weeks from that day, so like 10 days now or something.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had a really big catch up with you there. It's made me feel
I
full.
know.
It's filled my cup a bit, I think.
Filled my cup.
Fabulous. Right, seen as... Do you know what it made me think when I saw you to go see Beyonce? I was like, Lucy is like diehard fans of quite a lot of celebrities. So I've prepared a game for you to determine which celebrity we actually like the best.
Stop. No, because you know what Yannick asked me at the weekend? He was like, I sat after the concert when I was going on and on about how it was the greatest night of my life and all of this jazz. Actually, an embarrassing amount, because when I've watched back the TikToks, I'm like, best night of my life, best night of my life, best night of my life.
No, I was like, if she says it, like, you could just tell you were so happy, but I was like, if she says it one more time.
One more time, I'm gonna.
Had you had a Prosecco
Yeah,
or
poor
two?
Yannick had that for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, you're just not as excited as me. And he was like, I didn't go to the concert.
He's
And I was like, but he was like, okay, so if you had to choose Beyonce or Kim K, and I was like, I would never. And he was like, no, like, you have to. And I was like, I'd never do that.
Well, you have to in my game. So have you seen those things on TikTok where it's like has two pictures of people and you have to pick the one and then the other person gets replaced?
Yeah,
just
don't
keep
do
going.
this to me.
But obviously I don't have photos, but I prepared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 12 people for you to play the game.
Don't do this to me, because if Kim and Beyonce come up, I'm not continuing.
Well, there's a game that you have to continue. That's the rule.
I
Like that's just how games work.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm on the Ellen show, although she's linked to P. Diddy now or something.
No, really?
Yeah, you know she lives in the UK now, but now
she
like
moved
she's
after Trump was voted back in, didn't she? Because he's just like obviously not about equal rights for like.
Yeah, but I swear she's getting
LGBTQ.
bad press about being involved with like maybe killing someone. I don't even know.
Oh my, what?
No, crazy. America has a problem.
America is actually crazy.
Anyway.
Okay, ready? Obviously, it starts easier and gets harder. Right. Taylor Swift or Selena Gomez?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez or Hailey Bieber?
Hailey Bieber.
Oh, I didn't actually realise that those two would be up against each other.
Yeah, great. I was like, whoa.
Oh. Do you know what? I didn't used to like Hailey that much, but I actually quite like her now.
I don't actually know much about her, but I just feel like kind of who she hangs around with and this. I'd like want to be like in her friendship group.
The friendship group looks vibes.
Yeah.
Hailey Bieber or Kendall Jenner?
Let's go, Kendall. No, let's stick to Hailey.
Stick with Hailey. Hailey Bieber or Zendaya?
Zendaya.
I like Zendaya. Zendaya
Although
or
I still
Kylie?
feel like I don't know anything about her like Hailey though. She don't really give us a lot.
Yeah, because they're like, well, Zendaya is, I guess, because she's an actress and she's like next level fame. I feel like actors and actresses are quite good at keeping themselves to themselves because I guess they're not famous for like being on Instagram and in the limelight.
Yeah.
They're just, I know what you mean. Zendaya or Kylie Jenner?
Kylie, I love her at the moment. I just want to be her bestie.
Yeah, I'm so here for Kylie.
I'm so here for Kylie at the minute. Did you see that she dropped her boobs? How she got her boobs done?
No, I've not seen this.
Oh my god, where have you been?
What has
So
it been all
she
over
do you follow that
socials?
Rachel? Is it Rachel O'Leary? Rachel someone? Rachel Leary
Yeah, I think I've
in the
watched some of her YouTube videos.
So she put a TikTok out being like, "This is for Kylie Jenner and Kylie Jenner only. So if you're not Kylie, keep scrolling." Obviously, it got loads of traction, and she was just like, "Come on, just let us girlies know. Like, this is a
Oh, I
safe
think I
space.
saw
Like,
that. I
how
think I
did you
saw
get your
that
boobs done?"
video.
She literally, Kylie Jenner commented the exact thing of how she got her boobs done, like exactly what she got.
Oh,
So then, Paige,
wow.
everyone's
Respect
gone
that from
mental.
Kylie.
Everyone's gone mental, and then everyone on TikTok's now been like, guys, can we stop stressing out, because if we make every time she drops something a big deal, she's not going to keep sharing stuff with us. But
like
yeah,
acting the whole of social media to act casual. Guys, everyone act casual, or else Kylie's not going to be our
no,
friend.
because Rachel said in her video it's a safe space, and now she's making videos like, when you tell Kylie Jenner it's a safe space, but it's obviously not. But page 6 literally posted, I think, something of Kylie, and then over her boobs was just what her comment of like what she got done. And I was just like, oh no. But I was like,
Go
fair
on,
play for
Kylie.
not gatekeeping. And it's taken you years, but thanks. So I was like, the
She's
amount of girls
actually
that'll go and ask for that
unreal.
now. Oh, she's
I'm
unreal.
actually, I, to be fair,
I'm
I mean,
tempted to ask for that when I get mine done, if I ever get them done.
can I just say I've always been a Kylie gal,
No, you
but
have always been a Kylie
I
girl.
actually, I would like to be Kylie.
Yeah.
Right, you picked Kylie, assuming, because we talked about
Yeah.
her for 5 minutes.
Sorry,
Kylie
yeah.
Jenner or J Lo?
Kylie.
Kylie or Chloe?
It has to be Chloe.
Oh, Chloe, you do love Chloe. Chloe is a vibe. She makes me laugh. Chloe or
She's a
Margot
loyal
Robbie?
one. Chloe.
Chloe or Kim?
Because, like, if you're asking who I'd rather just, like, hang out with, but no, it has to be Kim.
You would love to hang out with Kim.
Yeah, I so would. It's Kim.
Kim or Rihanna?
Rihanna would be a vibe to hang out with. But Kim.
Rihanna is vibey though. She's pregnant at the minute.
I know.
Less vibey.
Again. She is vibey. I love her outfits.
Yeah, you could talk about fashion. Though you could talk about fashion with Kim. I think that's why the last 3 people I picked is like you love their fashion. Kim or Beyonce.
I'm not picking.
You can't leave it. You can't leave it as the two. You have to pick.
It's just Kim and B. Kim and B.
Does it upset you that they're not like friends?
Yeah. It doesn't upset me that they're not friends. It would upset me if, like, because I know there's rumors that how, like, Beyonce, like, really doesn't like the Kardashians, and I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure she doesn't give it any headspace. But it would upset me if they actually didn't like each other, because I just think I love, like, successful women in their own lane. You don't have to be friends, but don't hate each
Yeah.
other.
I think that's what their vibe is. I think Beyonce's
Yeah.
like, do my thing, I don't care. Like, you do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's what I'm telling myself because they are like strong, independent women that like bring up women. So I don't think they would like actively hate on each other.
Yeah.
Me talking like I know them.
Yeah, we so know them.
Okay, so
Oh, I love that little game. So Kim and Beyonce then.
I wanted you to be able to. We could have said it without doing the game, but I enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game too. I think if I had to have like people around for dinner from that list, like if I could pick my top whatever,
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be
pick.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Kim, Chloe, Kylie. That'd be a great dinner party for me anyway.
There would be a lot of main characters. You need a few Kendalls.
I know.
Like you can't have all main characters at the table.
Just see how it goes.
You're like, why? No, I'm not changing it. That's who I'm having.
That's who I'm having. No, I tell you what would actually be the best slumber party.
What if? No, sorry, just quickly. What if someone?
No, Kylie and Chloe and me slumber party. That'd be a vibe.
And me? Can I come?
You can come.
Yeah, perfect. What if someone literally said you can meet Kim or Beyonce today?
No, I'm not answering.
What would you do then? Not meet either of them?
I can't decide.
It's like if you went through that door, you'd meet Kim. If you went through that door, you meet Beyonce.
I don't know. Both. It has to be both. I'd run through both doors.
But you can't. It's not physically possible.
My brain's overwhelmed.
Okay.
I love them both so much.
We'll circle back. Okay. So, obviously this we've talked a lot about Beyonce concert, and I think quite a lot of people on your like comments and stuff were like, "Oh, this is a sign that I should do things by myself."
Yeah, because I went
And
solo.
like, yeah, so you went to the concert by yourself, and I even know when you told me you'd booked tickets, I was like, my straight away question was, "Oh, who are you going with?" And you're like, "Well, I'm just going," and I was so like, "Do you know what? That's amazing," because a lot of people would then not go, even if it was something they really wanted to do, because they'd go by themselves.
Yeah,
Um, so I think that is amazing that you went, and like you say, like it didn't even really matter that you sort of said when you were there that you went by yourself. So
yeah.
obviously, other than concert, because we've talked about that today, what is something, especially as like I guess like a woman in that, well, I guess we're women in our 20s, so it's easier for us to say from like that point of view. But I guess like just to give people confidence or reassurance, what are things that you would recommend you do by yourself,
Yeah, that's a good question.
like in your life?
I Okay, so I really live by this one because I've done it, I mean, several times, but like it doesn't have to be abroad, but like moving to a new city. Like, so when I went to university, I went on my own. I didn't know anyone going, and I've met the best people. Or where I went repping, so moving abroad, or I did go to Dubai as well. So I've done it a few times, but I think moving somewhere on your own, it doesn't necessarily have to be a million miles away, even if
Mm.
it's just that like you're living at home and you're just moving out onto your own. I just genuinely feel like when you're in your late teens, early 20s, late 20s, I don't know, wherever it is in your life, having time on your own and doing something on your own in a new place kind of puts you out there so much that you have to do things that are not the norm for you, and it just gives you a whole new perspective. Like, it makes you meet new people. So I think definitely doing something on your own that is like going to allow you to make new friends, like making new
Mm.
friends as well, like amazing. So
I guess moving not just like in your area of like comfortableness, so like around
yeah,
where you grew
like
up,
moving somewhere you don't
it
know
makes you
anyone,
do more than just move by yourself, because
because
it makes you then do
you have to
loads
get
of
out and
things by
leave. Yeah,
yourself.
you have to get out and leave the house to meet people.
Mm.
And life is for living and experiences. So it does get you like dopamine levels up, and you do experience. It's like when you go on holiday and you love it. It's because you're experiencing something new and it's out of the norm. So I definitely think moving somewhere on your own is just so gratifying. Is that the word? Like,
You get a lot of gratification from it.
yeah, yeah.
I think especially like
You
I
moved to
guess when,
London as well.
yeah, so I moved to London when I was 19, and that was a really big thing for me to have something of my own.
Yeah.
Um and you know, even if it's because obviously now I've moved back to Yorkshire, which is where we're originally from, and I do think, you know, things can take full circles, but that is the best thing I ever did for me as a person to grow and develop, I think.
Mm.
Um,
I
and
think
I
just the
think
growing, learning, and development, like you say, that you get from a move, you don't even realize until it's like maybe years later, months later, and you're like, wow, like I'm a different person, but like so much better
even in like just like education and learning as well, like I learned so
about
much going
different
from,
things.
we're quite like streetwise and like, you know, aware of everything, I would say, the way we were brought up. But when I moved to London, it was like a whole different ball game, and I like learnt loads of things that I didn't even
Knew
know.
existed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think on sort of being sort of maybe your late teens, like when you go to uni or when you'd finished uni getting a job, so in your 20s as well, I think it is very unlikely that your nearest people are going to want to do the same things as you. So unless you do those things by yourself, you are going to miss out on experiences, which, you know, like we only get one life.
Yeah, what I
Um,
will say, if we do have any younger listeners, don't just take the subjects that your friends are taking. If you
mm,
love business, but no new friends are taking business studies, still go and do it, because I was one of them that took, none of my people took the subjects I wanted to take, but I still took the ones I wanted. And you meet your people kind of in these
yeah,
subjects that all love that. So definitely, even if that's the first thing you're going to do by yourself, like, you're going to have such a better time doing the things you actually want to do and meet.
and
And again, it forces you to meet new people.
it is daunting, but especially if it's something like a subject or a university or whatever it may be. Well, like you say, you're going to find more of your people because they're going to have similarities. My one, which it's weird that we've not even spoke about this, we basically picked something very, very similar. So mine's not like moving somewhere by yourself, but it's living by yourself.
Yeah.
So I just think obviously all the things you've said, but then so I've never technically lived by myself. Because I've lived in house shares, but then when me and Richard bought our house, he lived in London Monday to Friday. So Monday to Friday, I was very much sort of by myself. And being by myself and being alone was always something that I struggled quite a lot with. So it meant that I overcame that. And I was talking to someone about it at work, I think, the other day. And actually, knowing that you can fully be self sufficient, you don't need anyone else to,
Yeah.
you know, do things for you, make you happy that day. You are fully self sufficient. That's a really empowering thing. So I think if you
Oh,
do get that
definitely.
opportunity at some point to live by yourself, I think that's huge.
Yeah, 100%. I think living by yourself, really, again, like, just the self development you do without even realizing you're doing it, um, is major.
And
And
if like
just like getting
anything
into
was to
your own routines
happen,
and realizing what you like to do, and it just helps you learn so much.
holding yourself accountable and not having someone else to do it there for
Yeah, no
you.
one
And
else is going to come and pick up your washing and do all this. And it can be hard, like having to do all your own life admin, all your own housework, and go to work and be an adult. And you're like, I'm just a girl. But there's something, again, just so gratifying about it.
don't get me wrong, like we were not thriving every day. We let the cleaning build up to Thursday and then we had a productive Thursday. But, it's about growth and learning.
Exactly. Oh, well, I
Good
loved
chat,
that. Proper good
sis.
little catch up.
I enjoyed
Thanks for
that a
listening,
lot.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Let us know if there's anything you want to hear from us in the coming weeks, with topics and trending things that are going on that you might want to get our opinions on. But yeah,
We love you all.
see you next week.
Bye.